for our grand finals, and it will draw to a closure if EVOS could not defend their crystal, but it's too soon to tell. I love this draft, and I do believe it's formidable enough to take down the RRQ side. And wow, we've already have so many of all these series. I have so many favorite moments, and one of my favorite teams there, 10 Seconds Gaming, have also taught us a huge lesson here. Humility definitely brings you to great places. And well, I wouldn't really say that none of all these players are not humble at all. I would say that sometimes they, as much as they are confident that they are one of the best, they gotta make sure that they give all that sort of respect to each of all their opponents. And this is that perfect service series that we are seeing, where both sides really gave each other one heck of a game.
Yeah. Oh, this is ridiculous. Hear the cheers from these crowds. EVOS, Ro, and Viva RRQ. They're making sure that their teams, are well backed up, that they are not alone in this tournament. But I'm excited to see how this plays out a little bit more. We just got some news that there are some technical issues occurring down there, and hopefully they can fix that up to make sure these players are playing at the top, the peak, at their 100%.
Or 101%.
I mean, they're going to need a lot more than that if they want to get out of this run.
900% if you want to make that for sure.
9,000%. Oh boy. But yeah, enough with the Dragon Ball Scouters here, because both of these teams want to make sure they get ahead. The better question... Oh, wow!
Bringing in the pride into Malaysia.
Okay. I'm respecting someone who printed out that banner, because that is sick. That is absolutely sick.
Takes a lot of guts to actually put this one up, but... Well, the Malaysians are, of course, receiving it real well, because with them coming into the grand finals, do as you please, because Indonesia is here to dominate.
Yeah, absolutely. But, RRQ, I mean, I'm so surprised, because, initially you would have thought that they were coming in prepared. They would at least bring it all the way in the upper brackets against EVOS. They didn't have the greatest showing. They lost 3-0 in that best of 5. EVOS Legends standing up on top, and now it's a complete reverse, the complete opposite, as RRQ are just so close to that sweet victory, and EVOS Legends are now trying to grovel their way back up from the grave.
What if I tell you this? What if RRQ, Rex, Rigo, Kion, didn't want to show that trump card until the finals, because they were so confident with this? Because
is this 300 IQ?
Maybe, just maybe. Of course, just putting one possibly in, because we didn't ever see this sort of picks coming into play for the entirety of the tournament coming for RRQ, and they chose to unveil such a different way to actually take out their opponent. Well, of course, EVOS didn't really see it coming, and now the Tigers really have to find a way to sharpen up their claws, to sink their teeth in, to take a bite of that $400,000 US, or bite that crown, if you will.
All troops deployed.
Let's see how they play this out. EVOS Legends versus RRQ. Game 4, match point.
That's right. Go crazy with unlimited data from U Mobile with Killer Unlimited GX30. Well, enough promotions. Here comes Donkey here, clearing out the wave alongside Wave 1. Trying to get them the head start. Both sides giving utmost respect, because one misstep could have cost that first blood. Aura now regrouping towards the top side here. He's got those charges already intact, and one will get that sort of buff in his hands.
Yeah, Aura was able to cut the wave down, was trying to cut the wave, but was deferred by the Kaja. They have to pull back here. Lemon, he won't be able to 2v1 this very easily as long as they play around that execution strike. Rekt as well as Luminaire have options, because that third hit hurts a lot. So as long as Luminaire lands that charge onto Lemon just before it hits, he can cancel the ability.
Yeah, of course, having Rondo online would be great to deal with Lemon, but here comes Sin also protecting him for a little sense. Liam having a little bit of a back and forth against the export. Donkey usually on that tank. Well, of course, building a little bit of semi-build on that export to still dish out a whole lot in this sort of lineup. But now, 1 minute 36 seconds here, just Boots being bought over, as we see the next turtle up for grabs coming rune shortly.
Yeah, level 4s have been hit by the Chunga here. They want to contest for this bottom river crab. Let's see how they want to play this out, because right now it's a 4v3. Lemon right on top.
Well, he's just hugging by the corners of the wall. Donkey system is all the rest of the members of RRQ away, while Masha, of course, having a little bit of trouble to actually go out of this turret range. And if they do, that Kaja, if it goes in level 4, might just get that dividend judgment to pull off Masha away from it. So Aura will just play really safely to make sure that EVOS Legends still have this sort of structure still left intact.
Exactly, and even though Aura doesn't have, you know, the best wave clear, he does have a really strong passive that allows him to make him stay in lane a little bit longer, as long as he has multiple health bars, and he can actually gain an entire health bar if he just waits it out. It does have a cooldown, but you know, as long as he minimizes the amount of damage, he can survive in lane a lot longer in comparison to Lemon, who the only potential he has is just strong wave clear.
Well, not only is it strong lane clear, there's also a whole lot of damage output much later on, heading in towards that mid game. But of course, early game a little bit weaker than what it's supposed to be. But as for Lemon, he get a little bit of free passage in towards the back just to negate that wave from crashing towards the middle. So this will be an auto push coming from Rex Regum Keon, and they are now in a really good lead to actually push the top as well as secure that turtle.
Okay, it looks like they're going for a lane swap here. Masha is going to transverse to the bottom side of the map. She's going to take a little bit of damage against Lemon. She can't win this matchup just yet, but she'll take her time. The rest of the team is going to top side to hopefully contest for this turtle.
Now, turtle has already been built away by the Akai. Both sides now just waiting for the enemies to make their move.
Yeah.
Well, RRQ, of course, trying to beat Tutur as much goal as he can, and they are well on their way to perhaps complete that Blade of Despair first for Tutur.
Wait a minute. Did Sin just take both camps by himself single-handedly with a meteor shower? Like,
looks like it.
Boy. Looks like topside is taking quite a bit of damage. Luminaire is hurt, but Sin's in trouble. Seven Force, he's gonna get solo killed. One actually finds the lead. He's gonna walk on there scot-free. Something is different. Something is very, very different in this game. The atmosphere is not the same. Both are giving too much respect. Nobody has made the play just yet.
Well, we know EVOS Legends have been started up, and here comes Finn going in for that Divine Judgment. Instead, gets turned around with that Nua's Blast. Beautiful flank coming in from Donkey.
Talking about plays, really nicely done. I mean, the Divine Judgment was looking pretty good until he flickered away and got the support from... Oh no, wait, Lemon, hold on. Lemon is forced to flicker on out of there. They're going for the dive. They're in trouble. Aura has too much damage and too much life. He flickers on out of there. Such a clean dive coming in from EVOS Legends. They're back into shape.
I just love how Juan was actually tanking all the blow, because he knows it's the Masha who will be right in front of the Trizla. But now Turtle going in the hands of Rex Regumkia, but they don't really care. They already got 3 kills and they open up the bottom lane.
I think they should be able to take the bottom tier 1 with no issues whatsoever. And RRQ, they realize, hey, okay, you're going to take that down. You have to go to the top side. Oh no, Mina's in trouble now. How do you respond to this, RRQ?
Well, for the starters, they're going to be trying to deal with Aura first before anything else. Aura now already cutting off the wave as well, and they need to actually find a way to go back into the base or just to save themselves. Here comes Bindo dealing with Luminaire. They don't really want to commit in towards catching out the leader. Now, over on the top side here, Tutur, of course, not really facing all too much of a danger, but will soon be facing up against Donkey.
They're in trouble. Oh no, EVOS, they're trying to set something up here. They're going for the dive. One pops the Salmon Force. He's coming in with the final insanity. He's going to secure the clear and clean this up. Mid is going down as well. It's going to be a 2-0. EVOS, the aggressors this time round. They found their confidence again.
EVOS Legends now having such a huge lead after taking blow after blow. Now Leo will be giving a free kill, thank you very much, and EVOS Legends here will be pushed back with the Hurricane Dance. Leo walks away alive for the temporary moment, but here comes Desanata. Might just actually connect here. Donkey! Oh. Whoa! 1 HP left, and same goes to Donkey here, saving his immortality, but here comes Finn trying to pull back Juan, and that will be a catch onto Juan.
Finally, they shut down Juan, telling him, no, we will not take this disrespect any longer. RRQ finally get the kill back. Oh boy.
course, we're going to update the score to 1 for RRQ. So we're seeing Barsha still having a little bit of that free push against that Turizla.
Turtle resurrecting
now, here
soon.
comes the next turtle here with Luminate setting up the tempo there. Sin being locked against the wall, but Sin Luminate gets caught out. He's rotating right around the Rosie, and well, there will be a little bit of that movement coming in with Donkey with the saving grace.
Woo! Able to just charge right on forward to build enough space to get out of there. And Donkey continues his onslaught for now, burning away at the team, making sure he's maintaining that distance, controlling the area. And I think EVOS should be able to get this turtle no problem whatsoever. One, just gets the turtle buff, which is going to be huge, because now the next time he goes for that dive, he's almost ensured to kill somebody.
And now that's 2K goal lead, and well, to ensure that they actually land those kills, they still need to make sure that the coast is clear. Lemon so far hasn't been able to actually join any of these fights. That proved to be one problem for the side of Rex Kill, and we know how slow a Turizla moves.
Yeah, I mean, Turizla, the only thing that stops him is his mobility. He has to land the revenge strike to get the initial movement speed to maybe close the gap half the time, but now Aura, he sees the potential death threat. He quickly flickers on out of it to save himself. Lemon on the top side is able to tank a lot. He's waiting for the cooldown so he can clear the wave one more time. Oh, Luminon Blast just to secure this turret. They can't move forward. The threat of getting stuck by the Luminon Blast is just too high.
Well, Luminaire just making sure that he stays all the way up front in case of any sort of shots being pulled out, especially Sin not really having the most effective runs as the Chang or getting blocked out most of the time, but here comes Leon going in for the Hurricane Dance, pushing Donkey all the way back, but remember, he still has the Farragut armor. They popped up, but here comes full commitment over onto one, and RRQ finds the window to actually fight back.
That was a great catch coming from mid. He held up his Divine Judgment. He knew he just needed to land it. And once Juan walked up a little too far, flickers forward, locks him down, sets it up for his team. 1-0 in favor of Rex Rigo Keon. And now Aura is just going to solo it. Lemon can't do much.
Well, Flicker coming from Lemon, trying to actually catch onto Aura. I do agree, there's nothing much of a business for him, but now Divine Judgment will secure the kill for Rex Rigo Keon.
It's going to be 2-0 now, as well as they're going for the return kill, but they don't actually get it. Liam is able to use that 1,000 pattern to get on out of there.
Well, stops the recall right there for the time being. Yep, back to what you were saying. I do believe that EVOS Legends, of course, they've already counted their blessings way early on, and now what could they possibly rake up here other than that Lord?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, because right now we're coming into the later stages of the game. The game needs to end at some point. EVOS is 4K goal, has a 4K goal lead, but we know that RRQ are very comfortable when they are at a deficit, especially when it's only 4K. They need a 7K goal lead like they did in Game 2 to kind of convincingly take this victory. Luminaire takes a little bit of damage from Liam here, but it's not going to progress to anything too lethal just yet. Topside in full control over RRQ. Let's see how they play this out. Ooh, look at the respect. The moment he gets hit by the Death Sonata or sees it, he's like, nah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, they were expecting the same sort of the reaction coming in from EVOS as we look at Donkey already trying to actually spot out Liam there. Shadow Mask being purchased by Vin, hoping to actually surprise members of EVOS Legends, especially when they go in for this attempt. And there we go, one great pull coming in. Divine Judgment blocks into it one as he opens up the 7-4. He gets himself safe. Look at the chill, look at the move, and it will be Sin going in for that double kill. And now they're going on in lockdown, looking for Lemon as well, as they will try to take down the rest of Rex.
Liam,
one more hit. Liam, he walks away alive.
This is huge. This was a huge play. RRQ were looking to try and make a huge play, but instead they get punished. Donkey was able to turn it around, and now Aura, he knew his team had that fight in the bag. The choke point was too much. Lord is under EVOS' control.
Well, Donkey looked like king right there, or could you call him Donkey Kong? Well, of course, with respect to him, he was the one who actually backed all the way up for one. And what a perfect play that was. I thought one for sure would have fallen.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that was not looking good for him. They pushed him into this choke point, which Chang'e is like, I am going to clap you guys, and all of a sudden, Luminaire as well as Donkey come rushing on through with Rex getting out with a Rondo. That turned around so quickly. Oh boy, but this is it. Luminaire does get the initial catch, but they don't capitalize on it. They don't have the right conditions, and not to mention, Lord is pushing up on through the top side.
Beautiful camera display. Thank you very much, observers on the desk. And now, here comes Donkey, already in the front line. Got that immortality up online, pulls it back. There we go. Donkey will come in, last insanity to take out the Chang'e. And EVOS Legends forcing their way through. They are trying to fight game number 6.
Yep, they're gonna break tier 2 here, but they don't have an inhibitor. That's what they want. Donkey could go for something here, but they gets the initial divine judgment, but Rex is able to get on out of there. Luminaire is getting pushed back, and now it's time for the one show as he goes on forward with the 7 force. He secures it, he does it. They break the inhibitor. They're gonna get top side now, but the rest of the team is respawning. They're looking to end the game. They've done it. They've done it. Rex, they bring it to game 6.
My goodness, is this possible? EVOS Legends pushing their way forward. Now we see Rex Recon 3 and EVOS Legends 2 points. This might just be the reverse sweep.
I don't believe
My heart
it.
can't take this.
They managed to turn around so many bad situations in their favor. That slight lead has turned into something so much more. A great victory for EVOS Legends, but the journey doesn't stop there. RRQ. Ooh boy, they definitely didn't play as well as they should, considering what their comp was. Level 4 should have been in their favor, but they gave too much respect over to EVOS Legends. They didn't try to make a big play, and when it looked like it was going in their favor, finally after so long, EVOS was like, no, we're turning this around.
Wow. Can we just give credit to Luminaire?
Yeah,
right
just
there?
hands down.
Hands off to him. Hats off if I do have a hat with me, but whoa. I gotta elaborate how important that Lolita pick was. Like we saw that fight, if you didn't block all those shots, if he wasn't there, one wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have secured that double, and he will just fall flat. And when they do, they could not even secure much onto the Chang'e. And, well, Aura, you saw what he just did. He went crashing through the back as well, and that Masha was dealing so much attack damage. Well, time for us to break this one down as we do have the stats up online.
Yeah, very slow, methodical game coming for the side of EVOS. I mean, if we could see the goal graph over time, you can see that they exponentially get a huge goal lead. The moment they got Lord, they just kept destroying. They kept destroying targets, and RRQ couldn't take the pressure. They ended up making some simple mistakes. Chang'e used her ultimate super early, and then got caught out immediately after by Luminaire. That is a huge no-no.
Yeah, that definitely was not what's supposed to happen. But wow, EVOS now trying to actually get themselves across here. This is one of the quickest games that we have seen so far in this best of 7.
It's a statement more than anything else. It's telling RRQ, don't think you have this in the bag just yet. You won't disrespect EVOS Legends again.
And definitely they will not. RRQ. Now, going to draft number 6. We got so much to talk about because we saw blue side having a lot of victories. I'm not too sure how the coin toss is going to work for this one, but, well, if it does go on in favor of EVOS Esports, well, EVOS Legends, of course, they have been proving themselves so much, whether it's on either side. They have taken wins off of both ends, but now RQ, of course, having that favor on the side on blue. They are both contesting for this Harry pickup, and it's evidently that this is that game changer, especially for Juan.
Yeah, so disgustingly good, Harith, even after all the nerfs. But Juan, he played it so well. The dives were really clean for the side of EVOS Legends. Something in them has cracked, and now they are letting out the beast.
Wow, definitely have that sort of power of the Tiger to actually claim this sort of terrain. Well, now, Game 6 is that sort of game where both sides possibly will be shaking to actually take this one away. And for Rex Wiggum Kion, I'm pretty sure that they still have something in them to actually fight back. But EVOS, they are showing why they were the champions of the MPL Indonesia for this year, season 4.
Exactly, and so far it's been a tough game overall. We're just going to have to wait and see how they play this out. But let's have a look at the replays and the highlights, because my God, this was really, really tough, because RRQ overall, they were trying to make these disrespectful plays early on. It didn't work out too often, and they definitely lost a lot of confidence, because it should be happening more often. Remember, Kaja is a great hero. This is a clean dive here. But Kaja, when she uses that Divine Judgment, she's looking to make those plays. She should be disrespectful. You shouldn't be careful. You should be looking for these bigger lockdowns.
Yeah, and I do believe the reason why the Kaja could not actually go in for that full offense is because that sort of a level of disadvantage in that sort of sense where, you know, Sin got to get themselves pretty much secure. This one great option that we see, they really pull off a great Divine Judgment right there just to make sure that they get that kill over onto one who only fought twice. Look at this. This is that winning fight for them where things definitely change. One still alive in between. Take down the Kaja first and then to Sin. Sin definitely overstepping off position. If they do fall back, then maybe it will be a little bit better. But given Liam forced to actually flicker away, and after that, they definitely broke the camel's back.
And at that point, at that fight alone, they really just segregated the team, where it's like, hey, we have one of your carries in our grass. Chang'e is in trouble, Kaja is in trouble, and now Lemon and Tuturu, they don't know how to get back into the fight, because again, Akai kind of pushed them in this position where they can't really move forward. And I think if they were going to commit, they really needed to commit everything. But Tuturu was so out of position, and if he decides to move forward, he's in danger of Harith turning on him, even though they had already killed it within the first 2 seconds. Like, there is no way for Tuturu to really get into that fight, so he had to pull back.
Yeah, and Tuturu had no more options but to actually retreat. And I would say Tuturu, one of the greatest players of Mobile Legends so far, and he has definitely shown a lot of all these wisdom throughout how he actually controlled the tempo of the game and being quite a great leader in that sort of way as well.
Agreed. I definitely agree here. But moving on, they make it through. Game 6 is coming up soon, and so far, blue side is looking pretty good, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah, and it's also due to the fact on how they actually drafted the bans. It's really about the bans right here, because
it's like it's a game of chess, technically.
They open up the Kaja, they open up Kaja, Harith, and Masha, but every single first pick so far, it's always going to be the Harith.
So, I mean, I think it's like a no-brainer. There isn't a hard counter to Harith. I mean, you could say Kaja is, but then again, Kaja just counters everybody with that Divine Judgment, so that's not really a fair argument. And so far, no one can really deal with him, and I think both mage players on both sides are absolute monsters. Both Juan as well as the Tuturu are just absolutely destroying it so far. But the real question is, can they push it all the way through? Like, if there is that X factor within these teams, and that's why they were, you know, brought together, they need to show it now.
If you don't believe in EVOS, now is the time, because they are here to silence the doubters. They are here to break every single record that they can get. Then this year itself, let's talk about the organization, EVOS Esports, because they've won MPL MYSG. They won MPL Indonesia. They also won in many of all these esports titles that they competed in.
Agreed.
Well, now in the biggest stage of Mobile Legends, they are just 2 steps away from claiming that, and they really gotta speed up ahead, because Rex Wiggum Kion is just right in front of them, blocking their path. And if they have defeated them once before, they could have done it again. But Rex Wiggum Kion would say about the same. And they have so much of all these master plans with them. Like, you think it was just one blueprint. They have drafted this from the day that they have started Mobile Legends.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really impressive about RRQ. Like, they're such a big name in the scene already, but considering what the storyline is as of yet, they just haven't been able to, you know, take that final game against EVOS Legends so far within this year. Like, previously they were like, oh, easily, we could take it out. We didn't exactly do too well here and there. That's okay. But now they keep getting second place. They get knocked down into the lower brackets. And now finally, this is their time for revenge. RRQ want this. They are hungry. But now it's the better question of who is hungrier, who will crack under the pressure.
Well, of course, we have Hungry Tigers, and we have the Kings here just waiting for dinner to be served. And, well, you can definitely have that crowd to actually order and command on whatever you want if you could take this one final game. So, RRQ, let's talk about that previous game here. So, what should they change up in this sort of draft? Because this will be the draft that matters the most before they go in crash course. If they do give one more game away to EVOS, then they will get devoured.
This is a tough one because, number one, I feel like Lemon, it's not like he was underperforming. It's just that what can you do with the Terizla? You only have so many options. And I think this is the time where Terizla probably might not have been the greatest pick because, number one, he basically clears way, but you don't have the aggression from the team to really make the plays, and they were hoping to do that at level 4. That didn't happen. And once Masha was able to have, they kept transitioning the lane until Masha ended up down to the bottom side. Once Masha gets two items while Terizla isn't ahead and they go even head-to-head, Masha will win this matchup.
Yeah, Masha definitely found that winning condition, and not only that, there was that Granger to also suppress the likes of Terizla in that early phase, and they went in for some rotations, very interesting sort of movements, especially that clash on the top side there, which blew that opportunity wide open for EVOS to just clinch it and just hold on for it and ran straight in for that win in that sort of previous match.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell that the atmosphere is different and the mentality of these players have definitely changed considering especially from Game 1. Game 1 was so bloody. Both teams were just slugging each other, seeing who could get the most kills. You trade one, we're going to kill another one. But now, before we continue, let's go into the draft because it is time. RRQ going to be on the blue side. They've basically been winning games off of the blue side. This could be the final game for EVOS Legends, but can they turn this around?
They might need to ban off that Harif. I'm telling you, they need to. It's not even a joke anymore. So now we'll see something that's going to be pretty much fresh on the table. Are you talking about that Masha? Maybe it might just come in. Same goes to Grok. So now Grok is going to be the first one in the hands of RRQ.
Huh. Now that EVOS, I mean, they banned out the Harith, but that means Valir is still up on the table for both of these teams, as well as the Kaja. So, I mean, you're on red side now. You have the double pick. What's it going to be?
Well, I still like that Masha. They should take grasp of that. Not too sure about that sort of export, which also will be a fine option as well. Now, what we saw early on, EVOS Legends, they had that Lolita pick in early, and they also tried to negate that sort of a chunk pick, but RQ picked it anyways, and now Export as well as Kimmy, great sort of damage over time that we have for both of these picks.
Personally, I feel like the Export is being flexed right now into the support position until RRQ reveal a little bit more of their composition here within the first phase of the picks. It's a little scary because now that Export is in that, you know, in that limbo, that quantum physics sort of, it's there, but it's also not sort of situation. It's going to be difficult because the next setup for EVOS is looking to counterpick whatever RRQ has to offer. They're just going to hold it above their heads, and RRQ, they feel this. 8 seconds into this left. What are they going to pick?
Well, RRQ is running out of time, and I talked about Masha, and I'm a big fan of this sort of pick, but how can EVOS stop this Masha? Because they need something to actually hold them through, either whether if she joins in the fight or even if they hit into that split push, because this is going to be a huge problem for them in the long run.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, EVOS is in this awkward position where they want to pick up the Lolita, but they kind of can't. And they also want the Chang'e, but they also kind of can't. So what can you lock in at this point, which is super safe? If you want the Gushing, sure, he might be able to perform, but Lilia with the black shoes, if they play their cards right, she won't die to the initial burst if they time it right. So they lock in the Chang'e, willing to let RRQ ban out, or maybe, well, they have to ban out the Lolita.
They have to, or else EVOS will be able to secure it, or I'm not too sure about this. Like, they still go in for the slim bantamweight early on, but they could have used it to actually prevent this from happening. But I think RRQ knows that they can actually deal with this draft. And heading into this, they still need their marksman in a sort of sense. So Akai will be banned away. Now,
smart.
I'm thinking about this. Like, this is definitely great because they know that Masha could only get clipped for the longest of time if it was to be a Hurricane Dance. Going in with the Petrify first and then and towards the ultimate, then that will be a very long stun duration.
Agreed. That could have been one of the options. Personally, right now, RRQ, they're just picking their poison. They know that Chang'e, for a fact, is going to be up on the table. EVOS is not going to ban out the Lolita for the most part. They're going to get the Valier into the second rotation. I love that, but I kind of feel like they could have held it up. It's one of those things, it's a give and take, but they lock in the Lolita to take away the counter from Chang'e, and now RRQ needs to come up with an answer for this. They need something that's either playmaking, so Kaja feels right here. It feels kind of right, but what are you going to put into that off lane? And my guess, I don't know, it could be the Granger, it could be the carry that's looking pretty good here as well.
I'll go for the Granger if I were them though. Like, so far, very high win ratios throughout the tournament for very good reasons. Very safe laning phase, very good sort of the growth rate in towards that late game as well. RRQ, 2 picks in hand. You talk about the Kaja. Yep, this feels right, but it seems like the mind's telling them no.
Oh, looks like they're going to be locking in the Cho first. Oh, did they? Okay, they didn't miss out their picks. Woo! Thank God. Woo! They got the Granger as well as the Cho. All right, at least they have something playmakery, as I was saying. The Cho fits that build. That seems good. Now EVOS want to round down their composition. They are still missing, assuming Xborg, well, I mean, Xborg is being flexed here. Let's see what EVOS wants to do with their final pick. Do they want to go for the counter pick? Do they want to lock in the another tank for themselves and let Xborg do his own work?
They need a playmaker. Now I'm looking at a really tame Tiger right now. They just need to have that extra bite in this sort of scenario where they need that high damage output at the same time, having enough mobility as well.
You know what? Lock in that Kaja. Oh wow, Kaja straight away. Okay, caught me off there. I was about to say they might want to consider getting the Badang as well and kind of putting Xborg in that position. But I guess they want to put him in traditional roles to kind of keep Masha in her place for now. But now, Kaja is in play. Level 4 is going to be extremely interesting because that Divine Judgment into Meteor Shower will ensure that someone is going to die.
Well, I really would say Lolita will be preventing death as well. That was definitely going to be the most vital role in EVOS Legends' lineup that we just saw. And wow, another match point for RRQ. Could this be it? Could this be that sort of game for them to win?
In my mind, both of these compositions are not safe. They are highly dependent on execution, highly dependent on making sure their mechanics are in tip-top shape. They cannot make a mistake in any of their mechanical abilities because it's not something like, you know, it's not something simple like a Lunox, it's not something simple or brain dead like a Hylos where it's just a point and click, and as long as you're in good position, you don't have to worry too much. It's extremely scary because one kill could end the game.
Yep, one shot and they might just lose it right there. Now, we're having so many of all these theory craft every single time we get into it, that draft. But looks to me, the last time that this sort of similar sort of fielding of heroes that has been played out by the current EVOS Legends for this game itself didn't really seem to be having a strong footing, but I do hope that they can prove me wrong right here because everyone here hoping to see the first ever best of 7 games in a row for either side of these teams to come into effect.
Yep, a great showcase of skill, a great showcase of power. Let's see whether EVOS Legends can push it all the way to Game 7 as we load into the game quick. Here is the lineups.
Rex, Rig, and Keon, 3-2. They are definitely one of the hot favorites out there. Well, I'm not too sure how's the ratio like back at home in terms of fan base, but some of them told me that, you know, you cannot outfight all the number of fans of EVOS Legends because you saw the stadium. A lot of them came in with full swag of jerseys, headbands, what else?
Flags,
jackets, flags, drums, you name it, they have it. I'm not too sure Like, what do they not have? RRQ, I'm pretty sure $400,000, they can equip themselves even with more merchandise.
Even more swag to bring it to the next one.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm excited to see how this game plays out, as Aura is going to be on the bot side by himself. Masha getting impressed on the top side. They're going to be A-okay for now. But so far, a lot of respect going to both sides, because I kind of expected RRQ to try and make a play. And, oh no!
Oh, wow.
Liam stole away the buff!
Well, call the police because we got a team right here. And here comes lots of flicker coming into the table.
Oh my gosh, he took retribution. He stole it with a
Dirty.
retribution.
Okay, that is dirty. I mean, who would have thought? Like, well, definitely Liam don't really need that flicker anyways, because that tank will not be heavily focused as compared to the rest of these units. But huge defense system going on for EVOS Legends as they try to protect that side, and they lose out on the Revo Crab as well. That is very rich grok in this game.
Wait, what's going on here? Who's the real carry this time round? Is it Grok or is it Lemon? I can't figure it out. But so far, RRQ are slowly getting ahead, but the next upcoming Lords, they have to be very, very scared of this Grok. That Power Nature has a high base damage, and not to mention, with Retribution as well, he's not going to be able to be locked down. He can kind of just walk in and be like, yoink, that's my Lord.
He's going to yoink in even more camps as we see him rotating across and towards the mid lane as well, setting things off as we see RRQ just pulling a lot of triggers right here. Master's going to be chasing over onto Rek. Early game, yep, lot of massage of chemicals. Well, hoping that the members of EVOS Legends could actually respond to this to really get Luminaire. Now on that, Lolita gets knocked up in the air. Liam will not be able to actually commit further than that.
Yeah, this is where, you know, the breaking point has begun. Somebody needs to make something happen. Luminaire gets disarmed. Sin has to pull on backwards, but wait a minute. Dutharu might be in a little bit of trouble. Luckily, he was able to roll out of it with the Death Sonata to the top side of the map, as that last Insanity kind of misses.
Yeah, I would say that there's still more chances intact for both of these guys, but look at Luminaire alongside with Rek. This is Sin, or is having enough wave clear advantage. Now, back to the drive while we go. Donkey going in for the flicker as well, but that is the ground right in front of his first blood, handed over to RRQ, as we see Liam also getting chunked out, and Lawyer can he run? Last Insanity! 1 for 1.
1 for 1, pretty good. They killed the Grok. Now they don't have to worry about someone jacking away the turtle this time around, but they're going to go back into their lanes. Zin was able to break the top tier 1. That's pretty good considering everything that has happened.
Now, consider this done, as RRQ open things wide, and only the mid lane will be the tier 1 still standing for EVOS Esports. EVOS Legends, of course, slowly trying to actually scale up in terms of momentum. They still need to farm up, but Sin not really giving them enough time. That's going to be one knockup onto one. Liam don't really have that opportunity for that wall charge.
Pretty good play coming in from RRQ, to be honest. They get ahead with that 2-turret lead in their pocket. Now, even though they did lose 1-to-1, they were trading 1-to-1. That didn't seem too good. Oh no, Juan, he's taking quite a bit of damage here. He has to kind of sidestep it, but the AoE is really, really powerful, especially in the early stages of the game. And he doesn't even have items. But Luminaire takes a little bit of hits from the third hit of the Jukundo. The rest of the team kind of peeled backwards as RRQ trying to maintain control over this river on the top side.
I think they want to get this turtle. They definitely could just start it from this point onwards, because the rest of the team for EVOS Legends are occupying the bottom side. They are prioritizing on towards that tower instead, so they will lose this one out as RRQ now gets the first turtle.
Yeah, they're going to continue to maintain their dominance here as EVOS Legends have shifted their attention from the top side to the bottom side. They want to go for the next turtle, most likely, but Sin is taking quite a bit of damage here. Going on the all-in against Aura, but that might not be a good idea. Down to the bot side, they lock down. Donkey does catch. Ranger through, might be going down. One more hit. Numenon Blast to try and disengage the team. Vin is trying to go into the back line. They get a good kick onto Donkey, but Donkey still has plenty of health. He should be able to make it out of there. Gets chunked out. Ooh, the power of nature doesn't exactly land. Great lightning bombs.
Great work coming out of the members of RRQ. Now, no Luminaire is just going to be absorbing a little bit of that heat. Same goes to Lemon as well. Of course, for RRQ, still 2-2, but in terms of gold, they have definitely had a huge lead after getting so many of all these objectives. They got the turtle checked. Same goes to the 2 towers, top side and bottom side. Now, what they can possibly do is go in with the weight of Dragon, going in with a huge shot as well. Donkey makes it out alive as this kind of moves backwards. EVOS Esports, and they are just slowly coming across and towards the mid lane. They know that there's enough pressure coming from the leader, trying to go for a cast against Luminaire as well. EVOS Legends still hanging on this sort of battle there. Aura fine Bloodless Axe.
I've never seen a game so tense before. Both sides showing a lot of respect. They're not just going ham and trading for the sake of trading. They are calculated. They lock down Vin. Vin shouldn't pose, and Jakundo's on out of there. Donkey has to try and kind of peel away the wave. Guardian's barrier comes up to kind of put some space in between them, get a little bit of damage down, and the chip continues as Sin scales into the top side.
Vin almost getting a little bit of suppression. As we know, Divine Judgment could lock him down, but of course, if they do slide off in time, then too bad for him. Since he's going to be facing off against Aura, that's insanely being utilized, so he will still be pretty much safe. But now, Changer, does she have that meteor shower to just stop this wave pushing in RRQ on that second attempt on that turtle?
Ice Queen's wand just being purchased by one here. That's going to be a huge buy. And same as Lemon, both of them are trying to get ahead as possible. Donkey's in a lot of trouble. He has to get on out of there. The Destinata has to almost get his kill. Barrier, he actually lands it in. Now they're trying to turn this around. RRQ get the first initial kill. One takes quite a bit of damage here. Numenor Blast secures them. Another kill. Finn goes down. He flickers into the brush. Aura. He survives. Aura tries to join the fight. Way of the Dragon gets the initial kick. Finn needs to get on out of there. Something needs to die from the side of RRQ, and it's going to be the Grok.
And the Grok will fall out. The last inside being popped, but the mid lane has to crush out as well. Rex, Regan, Kion has that win-win condition. No matter what, it's that sort of 50-50 that they take when they get that 51%.
Yeah, this is just a solid game coming into this. EVOS Legends, they're biding their time. They're trading 1 for 1. And now the score hasn't really changed too much. Turtle in control of EVOS' territory, but this could be really risky.
Vin sliding at the back, trying to actually get a little bit of patches here. Aura does pop his last insanity, but instead, look at the trade out there. Sin, one more shot, and it's a killing spree for the expert, and more fights ensue as we see RRQ here. Numenor left, and catching over on a Liam as well, but can EVOS proceed? And Luminaire gets taken down for a double kill on Juturu.
Wow, that was a really good Guardian's barrier there. It kind of blocked off the rest of EVOS from going forward. Both Juan and Rek didn't want to loop around to maybe look for a kill because that will put them out of position. They were just out of range, which is kind of unfortunate if I have to say so myself.
I would definitely say that's definitely not so fortunate for them at all. Now, heading into its 8 minutes and a half in terms of kills. It's really close for both sides.
Yeah.
But that's one kill being given away in that previous battle right there where EVOS Legends had to just let that Lolita pass by. Well, what can they do?
I mean, more importantly, the goalie developed by RRQ, we've seen this before. Ooh, Lemon forcing out the black shoes straight away, but more importantly, RRQ have secured more objectives, which in fact has given them quite a decent lead over EVOS Legends, and EVOS weren't able to recover the last time from it, so based on that alone, they might be able to catch them off guard. EVOS, hopefully they can come back into this game.
Well, definitely going on a little bit of that relapse for a moment, and as for some of all these players here, we're looking at the Granger here with the endless battle, and they are just scaling off the charts. This is going to be Luminaire bringing out the shield, trying to go in for a little bit more commitment, a little bit of positioning, not really favoring the side of RRQ. Pretty much a huge split as we see a little bit of a dancing lord in between. They are still looking to stop it, and Dark Shoes being utilized there by Lemon, with Donkey not really fully committing to this. But here comes Aura there, trying to actually chunk down the health. Sin still have another bar to go, and here comes Donkey as well as Luminaire. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're committing to this. Liam doesn't have the power of nature. I'm not too sure why they didn't want to yank it back and get the free kill. Tuturu lands on a great. That's not a Donkey gets caught. Whoa! Thunder Condell's not enough. Finn is taking so much damage here, but they're able to do it. Flicker into Numenor Blast. He makes it out with 1 HP, and now EVOS have to pull back. They gave away the kill. They prioritize trying to get Tuturu a little too much. Donkey, the best tank we've ever ever seen, falling flat with Tuturu, just landing that critical shot, bringing down that Kanja, and by Rex Rico Keon at least gets one more. And we saw that in the last one. What in the world was that damage output coming from that Death Sonata?
That was scary. Oh, looks like Vin tried to make a play there. The arrival coming in early by the X-Borg. He has nothing to do top side, therefore he is going down to bot side to hopefully keep it in check.
Now checking every single lane as they go. Chang'e protecting that top side, which means that RRQ will send members in towards the Lord section. And they're already being the first line of defense for EVOS Legends. Slowly getting themselves into the H brush. That's going to be Donkey coming in with the Shadow Map. This is a perfect catch for them as they manage to actually get them low. But whoa!
No way!
No!
Oh, thank God. Oh my God. I never thought he would have made it out of there. Vin should have definitely died. I thought he got super lucky at the end there. He was playing that absolutely well, canceling into the Shunpo very, very quickly after the third hit of the Jakundo. But my God, Aura is in a lot of trouble. He's pulled back. He doesn't have the Firaga armor, and Juan can actually turn this around. He has the Meteor Shower, and there he is. He gets 2 kills up on the top side, but that's not going to be enough for RRQ to lose their lead because they are still 7K ahead.
Well, at least they draw the line between the kills, and they needed a Chang'e to be right in front of Masha. So they found that answer to this solution. Well, I definitely contradicted myself for a moment, but here comes Luminaire, just getting that shield up. And Donkey!
Shut down!
The disrespect! You can't walk up that far. Now Lemon's in trouble. He had to use the black shoes as well as the flicker to get on out of there. Luminaire very close to dying, forcing out the flicker as well. Being got pretty close, but Donkey ain't gonna let him go. Wreck as well as one. A great Guardian's Bearer coming up. The chemical refinement coming in from Wreck, but it's just not enough distance for him to commit to that fight.
Well, EVOS Legends, I can see they are here to take this game. They are here to prove every one of these guys RRQ that they can beat them for the second time coming if they were to come back onto this upper bracket. Well, there's no more brackets. There's only the grand finals for them to fix their eyes on to claim their throne. But Aura once more. Oh, Sin going in.
He doesn't win this. He doesn't win this. He forces out the flicker for Sin. He has to turn off his passive or at least hit something for the
There
Zen. But Juan is there to cut him off. Another kill going on for EVOS Legends. RRQ is starting to crumble.
RRQ slowly losing the plot right here. Vin, every single time he goes in for a fight, he will be picked up at least. And Luminaire getting tankier and tankier. And Donkey was just one of the baits right out there, just waiting for that perfect Divine Judgment. Now that they've already flushed off some members of RRQ, it's their turn to make a move. Here it comes in, going in with great knock up in the air. And here it comes the rest of the members going in for the chase as well, trying to take down Vin as Vin takes on to 3. And EVOS Legends will be able to take him down for that mega kill, going in the hands of Juan. Juan still looking for more. Chituru forced away, and 3 members are out from RRQ.
Well played coming in from EVOS Legends here. I don't think anybody realizes that, but Juan and Aura are really far ahead. They're 4-0. As long as Luminaire blocks Tuturu's Death Sonata with that Guardian's Bulwark, he is going to be considered the MVP.
We are speaking of MVPs right now, and EVOS Legends seem like they have found one in the forms of Aura as well as Juan. These tag team, they do not seem to be that sort of perfect combo if you think of it that way.
Wait
a
a minute.
formula.
Did Juan just buy a Wind Talker?
Yes, he did.
Why did he buy a Wind Talker? Wait, what's going on here? Hold up. Hold up.
Talker Chang'e in the grand finals. Let's digest this for a little bit. In what scenario should this be brought out?
Why? Does he get the immediate Wind Talker proc off of his auto attacks? Like, what's going on? Like, I can't understand.
Donkey.
Oh, Donkey, he actually goes in. He gets kicked back with the way of the dragon. Luminous Lord is knocking onto that tier 2. He breaks. They trade 1 for nothing. Thunderbell has just been purchased by the Granger. He's going to be huge. Topside, Aura is going to be going down.
RRQ.
He's in a lot of trouble. Finn is making it all happen as the 2 fights happen at the same time. Sin can't actually get ahead. Luminaire is trying to block his way. Finn's in trouble. He's taking too much damage. He flickers. He gets hit for the 3rd hit. Luminaire is able to pull it through 2 for 1. EVOS Legends are walking through. has done it. They're breaking through to the inhibitors.
My goodness, EVOS now will break down the inhibitor, and EVOS Legends escorting this wave. It's all down to one. There it goes. The Duru is down. Only down to Sin. They are trying to do the ending alone.
No.
This might just be Game 7 coming in the way. EVOS Legends, they're bringing this game and one away to finish things up. We are going in Game 7. EVOS Legends.
Oh my God. No way! EVOS Legends off of one mistake from RRQ. Take the bait, take the 6 hook, line, and sink. EVOS Legends now bring it to Game 7.
Everyone are off their chairs for now. EVOS Legends. We saw that play. We saw Aura playing the best game that he has ever played in his career, bullying off Sin. And let's get back onto the casting cam. Gideon, you cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. EVOS, they secured that Lord. And when they do, this is what happened. One Masha on the top side. They won that war. After that, that's where the exports sent in. And they were looking like they were losing a little bit of that trade-off there. But wow, they even brought down Tuchuru over the bottom side. They escorted it. And they crushed it. They crushed RRQ apart.
I can't believe this is happening. They had a 7K goal lead over EVOS Legends. This just doesn't happen, and it shouldn't happen. They threw away their lead. That mid-fight was looking so good until it didn't. Aura on the top side of the map, 4-0. He was crushing it. Masha could not get ahead.
Masha had no room at all. This was a perfect setup. They knew what was coming. They left the Masha pick right out of the open, and they walked right in towards the Tigers' den here. Look at the damage output coming out from that Kimmy, as we see. Tuchuru, of course, still having the highest of GPM.
Honestly, if the MVP is going to be the person with the highest damage, I don't care.
I don't care either.
Holy crap, you deserve to be a champion, MVP. He has blocked so many Death Sonatas. He has disrupted so many Jacundos. I can't believe this guy is actually insane.
I told you since the get-go, the most important pick of the draft, it's got to be that Lolita. And they picked it in the first go for a real good reason on that second pick itself. And this is why they actually do it. Well, actually, especially with the Chang'e coming in as well, they already know that, okay, they know what to do. But RRQ is kind of giving it away, not really banning it out when they had the opportunity to do so.
Oh my lord. Okay, now that this game is over, this is one hell of a finals, because now we're pushing into Game 7. The MVP will be shown real soon on screen once it is up. But so far, just the damage numbers coming from both sides, this was a surprisingly, this was just quite a surprisingly quick game. Previously, 20, even 30 minutes games have now been shortened to 12 and 15-minute games.
Well, I can see why they are adapting to the pace of the game. They're adapting to the enemies really well. RRQ right here, stunned, baffled, just like us, casters on this, just like the rest of the fans right there. No response. Yes, export. We talk about Aura there. Not dropping a single time. He was in charge of negating the split push. And when he joined in every fight, he was the one with one of the high impact other than the Lolita that we talked about.
Exactly, and he made sure that Masha could not play the game. He matched her every single time. And the problem is, Masha disrespected. He didn't realize that Export had already netted himself 4 kills. There is no way she wins that. And especially at the very end, it looked like it was really close. Guess what? It really isn't close, especially when he's a full item ahead of her, has the immortality, has a really short cooldown on that ultimate. Oh, you break the Firaga armor, whatever, I'm just gonna die, come back, and do the last insanity all over again.
Yep, time and time again, and even better, with immortality, don't even think twice about pushing that same lane. And they went in for this one. And now, time to see, and time to reveal who will be the next one to take the game. Let's bring us to the highlights right here. Starting off with this turtle fight.
Yep, and now, I mean, so far this game has just, this series has been absolutely insane, but you can tell that both sides are doing their absolute best to look for these punishes, and I feel like even though EVOS Esports, there were still places that they could improve on. For an example, prior to some of these fights, you can see that Donkey is making sure that he locks down Tuturu, and yes, he is successful here and there when he does have the flicker, but there are times where, you know, Grok is so out of place and doesn't have that power of nature. Why isn't he getting punished?
Yeah, and a couple of times they definitely walked escape free. And, well, Vin, this is one sort of instance where, of course, he managed to run across Tuturu. Was the main carry as per usual for RRQ. They were getting themselves up online, but this is where Sin, time after time, it was one who actually assisted every single one of all these battles that they had.
Yep.
And they were sharing the kills. It's like, okay, check one more time. Yep, RRQ continues one round. Look at that go. Last Insanity popping up, and Sin ran for his life.
Exactly, and you know, I think they kind of realized that every single time Export goes for these fights, he can't really finish her off because she has a flicker to get out of the way. And these final few fights were just so brutal. Look at Luminaire right here. He is able to peel off the most important amount of damage. He wasn't able to get the Numenor Blast, but it was just enough to get the knock-up and the charge onto that third hit, which you could know from the side of Cho.
Well, this is where EVOS claimed the game and love to actually take down Tuturu, because if he managed to recall, then there's still one more issue to be solved. And, well, EVOS, once they got all that secured, they know one Masha, we've stopped them a couple of times before. There's no way that this Masha will be able to beat the White Tigers.
Look at the joy on these players' faces. They are ready, but still, they are not rejoicing with 100% of their capabilities because they know there is still one more game to go.
EVOS Legends, with the potential reverse sweep to be completed.
Ooh.
That will definitely be a story for the ages to tell. And of course, for RRQ, redemption, redemption, and redemption. Of course, we're gonna go in towards match number 7 in this best of 7 series of the M1 World Championship 2019 Mobile Legends Bang Bang. But we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll go to our grand finale.
លោកបានក៏ឈានកម្មនេះមកលេងជាមួយនឹងហ្គេម Mobile Legends Bang Bang Story. Here we go. Okay, next. Misita. Lemon. Rasalo. Kiri mo. Kiri. Franco. Franco. Yeah, Franco. Franco. Kaya. Tigri. Kaga. Dingin. 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 할아버지. Digi. Digi. Như là Leslie. Okay. Leslie. No. Leila. Leslie. Leslie. Yes, correct. I lost. Rock. Wait. Akash. Below. I will protect my people. Hi, Lock. Yeah, here. No. Hi, Lock. Yes. I was bingo. Bingo. Yes. Xbox. Xbox, great. Next one. Châu. Okay, great. Châu. Chào. Okay. Thay cầm chào.
Yeah.
We finished the MLBB charades in 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Đội chúng tôi, đội Fantasy Men vừa chơi xong game show mobile Legends Bang Bang. Đội chúng tôi rất là vui và thích thú khi chơi game show này. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn.
Our record is 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and see you in the championship.
Our record is 3 minutes and 4 seconds.
The outcome is clear!
Arrow, find your target! The real warrior is here!
My fists are unflinching!
When you gaze into the abyss gazes back.
This is it, the moment that we've all waited for. We mentioned that this will be the very first time we'll see a best of 7 series to be played out in the history of Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And now, RRQ alongside with EVOS Legends operate all the way, and no matter what, we will see either one of these teams walking with the glory. And I would say they have definitely won not only all these accolades, have won the hearts of many across the world.
Exactly, and these teams, they're not going down without a fight, because my God, they have shown a lot of grit, a lot of heart, and now it comes down to the conclusion, because there can only be one winner.
Only one champion to reign the entirety of 2019. And are you guys ready for our very final draft? Now,
I am so ready.
and the fatal 5-way. We're gonna see a lot of all these picks being banned away. That's gonna be Kufra as well as Glock to be opened up. Well, they are trying to change things, and Harif is a perma-ban heading towards this. Let's have a look. What's the first pick's gonna be for EVOS Legends?
Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. So far they changed it up. They got rid of the Grok as well as the Kufra. Harith is off the table, and now Claude is on the table, with Selena being the final ban. First pick of the game for EVOS Legends. What's it going to be?
At this point in time, I feel they could even lock in one of the core picks that we saw, Lolita, if they really want to. But they do have the Kimmy up for grabs, but instead, here comes Aura locking in that Masha.
Masha being the first pick. If you can see it already, you're missing out on experience. People have their phones out in support of this final game.
Look at them illuminating the entirety of Asiata Arena. That's just one small portion that we're looking at first. And on the EVOS side, I wish the camera would be able to pan how beautiful this side is. Everyone here all gathered up to celebrate beautiful matches of Mobile Legends to be played.
7 more seconds until RRQ come in with their next their next pick for this matchup. It's going to be the Claude as well as the X-Borg. They want something super safe for this final game.
We're seeing X-Borg as one of the core picks, and with this Kaja coming in, it's going to try to lock things off and perhaps pick off that Claude if they were to actually jump in with a battle mirror image, taking the pain, of course. But then again, it really depends on how they actually pull this one up. Now they go in for the Kimmy, but looking into this second phase here, Lolita, let's talk about that Lolita here, may just be banned away or now be picked off from the side of RRQ, but they opt to go in for the Chang'e. So heading into his side.
That's gonna be, I mean, overall, I think the draft is so far going pretty much in anybody's favor. Like, it's pretty 50-50 overall. EVOS Esports, on the other hand, get the first ban of the second phase, and they kind of want to determine whether or not they want to get rid of a particular tank, because they too are lacking that tank. But RRQ have the flexibility of the X-Borg.
Well, we talked about the X-Borg so much, and last game we saw the X-Borg bullying Amasha. Could they turn this one around, because RRQ now has got this pick, and they have the same sort of idea as what EVOS pulled out in game number 6. Game 7, this is the decider. This is one game away from that throne, and they go in with this high loss pick as they have the Valor locked away. No more of these mages here. So many of them been banned away, and you won't see Lilia coming into play as well.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they decide to go for something like the Lunox as well as potentially the Lolita. However, they're going to be lacking a lot of wave clear overall. So I don't know. For me, I feel like RRQ, their draft is pretty solid, but we have to see what EVOS Legends are going to be locking in for their final pick, their final team composition of the M1 tournament.
All their lives, they've been working so hard for this very final moment. They have so much passion burning inside them, and they're not looking to extinguish it for now. Here comes, you talk about Lunax. They're bringing them alongside with the Basia.
Wow. I'm surprised they want to go with the Baxia because, again, Akai is on the table and can actually deal with a lot of that push. However, they will need to play this extremely smart. If Baxia falls behind, it's going to be a tough road up ahead.
Well, it's really hard for a Baxia to fail. We've seen so many great wins. Zace, the one drafting this one out, it's going to be that Gusion. Lemon is he sure of this?
I'm genuinely surprised. I didn't expect them to go for something like a Gusion in this final matchup. This is going to be a tough bout for both sides because, again, level 4 is super important. They both don't exactly have an early game composition on either side, so I don't expect the invades to begin, but surprise me at this point.
Well, surprises. We've seen Gusion, of course, somewhere early in the series. We saw EVOS trying to opt for that sort of pick, but it was really hard to even dive all the way in. And now, with that sort of Baxia pick, I'm not sure if they actually get that sort of leeway to just head in towards that battle so easily and pull back up. Well, there's also the Kaja as well. Imagine just locking him on that sort of that perfect moment. So Gusion may not be able to do much, but late game might not matter because if that Gusion does hit the late game, then boy, he's gonna be in the pain. Well, of course, shout out to the guy that's been wearing that EVOS cap and staring to the camera for the entirety of the day. He deserves a little bit more of that merchandise. We'll talk to the manager for you, maybe.
Specifically, that guy in that camera. Oh man, this is gonna be one interesting thing to explain. But yeah, overall, this matchup has been particularly exciting. You can hear the crowd. Unfortunately, you guys might not be able to hear it, but we've got a full crowd here in Axiata, and it's going to be one heck of a game.
Well, it's guaranteed that we're in for a show, and I've never really thought it will all boils down to this. But down to the final game, it's either the completion of the reverse sweep or Rex, Rick, and Keon here proving that they are still better than EVOS Legends.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Like, in my perspective, if I was a viewer, I'd be like, is this scripted? Excuse me, first best of 7, already going to a 3-3? It really isn't. Both sides are trying their absolute best to try and secure the win for themselves. And honestly, I think EVOS as well as RRQ would have been very happy coming out of this with a 4-0.
Oh yes, and indeed, they should be happy with their performance at the very least. There's so many clutch moments, so many turnaround of events, so many upsets.
Yes.
And of course, a couple of all these blunders being taken out because there was so many point of time that there's so much on the line, and yet they proved to perform out of the unthinkable, out of all these sort of moments where we thought was impossible. EVOS as well as RRQ. These are the two names that you should remember in the world of Mobile Legends.
Well, we're making history here as the game is being loaded up for both of these sides. I can't wait to see the lineups before we set this up to go to the final game of today. And it's been an exciting day overall, but can you imagine the pressure coming into this one last game to really bring your team to be considered the best in the world?
Yep.
I can't imagine.
Nobody could have imagined this, but you have to see it to believe it. And now we're slowly getting ourselves ready for the final showdown of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang M1 World Championship 2019. And getting you, of course, huge honor to be casting alongside with you so far for this grand finals. And now we're going to go in to have a look at this matchup here. Lemon, Totoro, Liam, and the rest of RRQ tries to make sure that they secure this final point. And EVOS Legends, we talked about reverse sweep. Do you think this is going to be happening with this draft?
Arguably, it's hard to say. It's truly going to be a difficult feat for both sides as they are both hungry to take this crown for themselves here. I mean, Rec Luminaire, Donkey Juan, as well as Aura, they're going to be looking to end this game with a bang. But the same can be said for RRQ. All bets are off. We're just going to have to wait and see. because this game is going to be who can execute better, who can play better, who can make that decision faster.
Well, it will be Swift. And now we're heading in for the final time of F1 World Championship. It's RRQ versus EVOS Legends. Rectrigon Keon will be on the red side here. EVOS Legends on the blue side here. This grand finals is just going in with a bang.
Now, it has begun. Both teams aren't going to go for anything too flashy here, but for the most part, they are leaving Gusion by himself in the mid lane. He doesn't want to do too much, but this kind of gives the signal for the rest of the team to do something. Oh no, Liam, he's in trouble. He might be the first to go down. First blood has been secured for EVOS Legends.
Win condition enabled, some may say, as one. The hyper carry of EVOS Legends here gets that head start, and we'll see this Lunox buying all the ability powered items as she can get.
Yeah, and this is surprising because number one, what is Liam doing? He's playing the support position. I get that you can't run away in the same direction as the Chang'e. Oh no, wait, Matcha, Aura, he's in trouble. They're trying to turn this around. He flickers it over, but luckily he does have a little bit of space to work for. But getting back to the point, what was he doing, especially with a high pressure game? He can't make mistakes like that.
Well, I think that is definitely misposition that comes down to that sort of position that he forced. But here comes Donkey though. It will be a little bit of that hard tussle for him in that sort of sense. But over the bottom side, look at that, one on his second kill streak.
They're getting the momentum, you can feel it, and you can already see Vin, he's been chunked out pretty low, but I don't think they're gonna go for the dive just yet. They're making sure Aura starts getting ahead. I mean, Donkey, he's not exactly kind of rotating
there we go.
Mid and bottom. Rek gets the first turret, and the crowd is ecstatic.
We know why they are ecstatic, because this could be it. Reverse sweep. I can't stop saying this word, because I could not believe it myself. And I'm starting to believe it. I'm starting to think that one, if he's not being stopped on his track, he might be bringing this one in.
Liami's in trouble. He gets pulled away. The Divine Judgment as well as Baxia knocking right into him. Great stun. Wombo combo from EVOS Legends. They're going to maintain control over this turtle. It's a great game so far as they extend their lead to Tsukere. Luminaire, he's right on top. The Turquoise Poissons has been popped already to deny them space. He's trying to make something happen. He doesn't get it. He has to get out. It's over. They're being pulled. Finn is going to be the next to fall. They are crumbling under the pressure.
Lunox, oh Lunox, they deserve a brand new skin for EVOS Legends with this stellar performance. 4 kills in the span of less than 3 minutes. Now Lemon have to fall back. They are all pretty much on the low. Aura getting chased from here. And, well, let's have a look into the graph because they just got themselves that 2.5k mark.
This is such a huge blow for RRQ. They can't be making mistakes like that. Why are they in this mispositioned areas and giving EVOS the respect they absolutely don't deserve because they're overextending in too many areas than one. RRQ holding their ground. Liam, he's gonna pull in Donkey, but he might be in trouble here as they pull in with the Divine Judgment. Might actually be going through. They actually get the first kill onto Finn. He pops out the revitalized glorious pathway. Ain't gonna be enough with 3 members shoving down his throat. He's not gonna be out of this awkward situation.
Sacrificial Lamb will not go down in vain as we look at the rest of EVOS Esports here. EVOS will have Luminaire just trying to block up some shots, but Rek is eyeing on that prize, which will be the tier 2 top lane. And there's no answers in response, and they go crashing in. What could they do? RRQ on this really back foot. They now have to find a way to stop this Baxia, and they will take it down.
Yeah, Baxia goes down, but they put quite a significant amount of damage into that top tier 2. Unfortunately, they couldn't extend the lead further. However, this is the same position they've been in before. 5k goal lead, but couldn't end the game. But 5k goal lead, they can end the game. It's kind of a 50-50 at this point.
Well, I love myself some of all these 50-50 traits. Speaking of that, here comes Donkey pulling into place to win. Tuturu goes down, and there we go. Another kill well secured by EVOS Legends.
Holy cow, Aura has a win talker at 4 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. This is not looking good for RRQ. They take Turtle, but EVOS, they feel it. They are hungry. They have the crowd by their sides, and they are slowly wrapping this game so much faster than you would have expected. Lemon coming in with the meteor shower to kind of clear up the waves, with Liam using that arrival to protect that tier 2. They can't afford to lose another objective.
Now, speaking of the depth here, Camille already on the push as well. Now these members of Rex Regum here will be able to even go anywhere to touch onto one. And that's a level 9 Lunox that they're facing against everyone else on that level 6.
Bottom tier 2 is under siege here, as well as mid tier 2. What is going on? RRQ, they're letting go of this game. The pressure is really getting to them. They've already let go 7k ahead. EVOS Legends, they might turn this around. They have the momentum, and now they want to take this inhibitor.
Well, that's definitely the way being cleared. One great shot coming from Rex. But man, this could be one of the quickest game in history. Donkey goes in for the Divine Judgment. Killing spree for that Kimmy. Sin, the next one to back away. And now opening up the mid lane as well as the bottom side. EVOS Legends not giving them that edge. Not letting them die. They're gonna die. There goes Luminaire. There we go. EVOS Legends double kill. Crushing this. This will be the fastest game ever that they could possibly pull out. All two members are still down and out, but they need to clear it. RRQ, they need to take pride in what they have to team, and they need to stop them right now.
They're hungry. They're so hungry. They can feel the killing blow coming closer and closer to RRQ's throat. The Tigers are hungry, and the killing blow is so soon as the last inhibitor falls. Baxia goes in. The Divine Judgment onto Liam. They are pushing forward. Finn can't deal with the darkening as the backline is in trouble. Donkey goes down. Sin finds the initial catch, but it's a 2-for-1 trade. It's not looking good. Lemon, he's so low. They need minions a little bit more, and this game is pretty much over and done.
Can they pull up an upset? Sin now getting chased by Luminaire. Baxia falling low as well, but there's no time for this cat and mouse chase. Luminaire.
This is honestly the biggest lead we've seen so far. They are ahead by 12k.
Aura!
They find him! Oh my god, Aura! He sees the opportunity. He collapses on top of him. 12k goal lead at 7 minutes into the game. RRQ are crumbling.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Grand Finals, there we go. Donkey with the pickup once again. Divine Judgment, you should have banned out this conduct. EVOS Legends, they are now on the lead, looking for the win as well. They're taking down Finn to 50%. There we go. That much of the kill being secure, but instead, Luminaire escorting that minion whip, going into the bottom side. They are trying to find the leeway. They are trying to negate them from exiting the base.
All right, 4 more seconds until Chang'e comes back. They could look to clear the waves. They're looking for some options as the wave slowly creeps into RRQ space. Here it is, the final push. They're going in for it. They're looking to destroy the crystal. The backline's in trouble. The blazing to wedge ain't enough. The arrival from Liam buys enough time. 5 for 3. They've done it. They have done it. Well played to your new world champions of M1. It's gonna be from Indonesia, EVOS Legends.
EVOS Legends have done it. The reverse swing complete. The curse have been broken, and now everyone hail to the new kings of Mobile Legends. Bang bang.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see them lift that trophy. Let them savor this moment here in Axiata Arena for the first M1. This is going to be your new M1 2019 champions, EVOS Legends. Congratulations.
The perfect year for the White Tigers of Indonesia. They have been looking for this for their entire lives. Let's give it up for our champions right here as they will walk to lift that crown.
Oh, my lord. EVO's well-deserved game. They played so convincingly. They locked them down. RRQ suffering such a huge loss. This is an incredible victory coming in from EVOS Legends. They go to shake their hands. Truly, these guys are honorable players.
It was not RRQ's day.
Just wasn't that. Best of 7 really exhausted them. And I think finally under that pressure, they just couldn't deal with it anymore. And truly, what a beautiful day for EVOS Legends.
All smiles for the boys.
Here it
Tears
is.
dripping out of joy. They're taking one step in. And now they are at the top to claim the throne. To claim this moment here. As they will be lifting the crown. EVOS Legends will be the champions of Mobile Legends Bang Bang F1 World Championship 2019.
Here is the best team in the world standing before your eyes, truly deserved. Thank you to EVOS Legends for bringing this a great game.
Well, this has been a perfect run for us. This is Contra as well as Fatal Flash here, passing it back to our MCs. And we shall bid you good night. And let's celebrate this entirety of this moment right here.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, memperkenalkan Juara Championship 2019 M1 EVOS Legends. $80,000 telah dimenang oleh pasukan ini selepas beberapa hari bertanding antara satu sama lain.
Betul tu, mereka melalui group stage dan kini playoff mereka sampai ke final dan EVOS Legend adalah pemenang untuk M1.
Beribu-ribu tahniah, beribu-ribu syabas kepada EVOS Legends. Setiap langkah diambil, setiap halangan diredah.
Di mana penyokong EVOS Legend?
Memperkenalkan dan menjemput Logan Shaw, Esports Director daripada Munton untuk memberikan medal kepada pemenang-pemenang kita.
Okey, player boleh berata di sini untuk menerima medal.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, Logan Shaw, Esports Director, mempersembahkan mereka dengan medal mereka. Thank you to our VIP. Thank you to Encik Logan Shaw. Okay. Sekarang masa untuk mengumumkan MVP. Tapi sebelum tu saya ingin menjemput VIP kita ke atas pentas iaitu Encik Nelson Minyang Woon, Regional Marketing Manager Southeast Asia daripada Muntun, untuk naik ke atas pentas untuk memberi cek kepada MVP. Okay guys, terima beratur untuk dapatkan cek daripada MVP. Okey, sebelum tu cuba teka siapakah MVP untuk M1? Apa, tak dengar lah? Okey, MVP
Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kami akan ada satu sesi temu bual bersama dengan pemenang-pemenang kita, EVOS Legends.
Sebelum itu kami membiarkan dulu mereka menikmati saat-saat untuk mengambil gambar. Anda juga boleh memberikan sorakan untuk EVOS Legends sekali lagi.
Berikan tepukan gemuruh kepada juara anda. Okey, kami akan ada sesi temu bual kita.
Okey. Kita nak sesi temu bual bersama MVP kita iaitu Aura. Sebelum itu terima kasih kepada VIP kita iaitu Encik Nelson. Thank you so much. Okey. Okey Aura. Aura MVP untuk M1. Dia agak terkejut lagi.
Masing-masing terlalu excited. Memang hebat. Saat-saat yang akan diingati.
Betul tu.
Seluruh hidup mereka.
Aura, apakah perasaan you setelah diumumkan sebagai MVP untuk Mobile Legends Bang Bang 2019 M1?
Aneh.
Aneh kenapa?
Ya, harusnya Wan yang MVP lah. Kenapa harus aku?
Aura cakap kenapa harus aku? Okey, terima kasih. Okey, kami berikan tepukan gemuruh kepada Aura.
Satu lagi soalan daripada kita semua. Apakah perasaan anda sekarang berada di atas pentas dinobatkan sebagai juara Mobile Legends Bang Bang World Championship 2019 M1? Apakah perasaan anda bila pulang balik kepada Indonesia?
Very happy.
Itu saja?
Memang
simple, memang santai sangat pemain-pemain kita.
Okey Hound, last. Kata-kata yang anda ingin berikan kepada semua penyokong anda semua.
Thank you yang udah support EVOS Roar.
Okey, rasanya semua dah excited, semua dah happy dah ni Hound.
Saya rasa itu saja sesi temu bual kita.
Betul tu.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, juara anda EVOS Legends!
Okey, sebelum itu kami ingin mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada penaja utama kami iaitu U-Mobile dan YouTube Gaming. Kita bukan saja bersiaran langsung di Axiata Arena Bukit Jalil, kita juga bersiaran langsung di YouTube Gaming dan M1 ini dibawakan khas oleh Muntun. Oleh itu kami pengacara majlis anda M1, saya Fira Fendi
dan saya Hound.
Kami ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada siapa yang datang dan support M1 sehingga ke hari ini.
Terima kasih kepada para penonton, para peminat, para hadirin sekalian kerana sudi menghadiri acara kita dan bersama-sama berseronok menonton Mobile Legends. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sila pandang ke skrin atas sebab kami ada satu pengumuman besar untuk anda semua. Itulah dia M2.
Adakah anda semua excited untuk M2?
Memang saya pun berseronok, memang tak sabar nak pergi ke M2 juga. Memang Akibat M1 ni terlalu hebat,
Ya.
M2 akan lagi hebat.
Lagi hebat. Okey Han, rasanya kita dah sampai ke penghujung rancangan ini.
Alah, dah sampai hujung dah.
Dah sampai hujung dah. Kita orang pun rasa macam sayang sebenarnya nak cakap goodbye dekat anda semua yang menyokong daripada group stage, playoff sehinggalah ke final. Tapi apakan daya, ini adalah perlawanan. Kita dah ada pemenangnya dan
Juga alah dia.
ya, sebanyak 16 tim daripada 13 negara dan hanya ada satu pemenang iaitu EVOS Legend. Dan kita sudah sampai ke penutupnya.
Terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada para penonton, para hadirin sekalian. Terima kasih kepada semua supporter-supporter yang berada di luar, di mana-mana negara, di mana-mana sahaja. Terima kasih. Tanpa anda, semua ni tidak akan berlaku.
Semoga kita berjumpa lagi di M2 dan itu saja kata daripada kami. Saya